Welcome to the Golf Activity Update 2627. My name is Jonathan Howder. I'm the Golf Administrator. I'm going to take you through the video with a few key notes that I want you to be aware of for this year. First thing I wanted to make you aware of is the refund deadline. That is August 15th. That's coming up in about a week. Any request for refunds of any paid entry fees for spots that are no longer needed must be submitted via email by a school administrator. That's a big deadline coming up. Please make sure that you are getting your unused spots into me by August 15th if you want a refund. Any drops coming after August 15th will not be refunded. The second part is the wait list. Any schools registering teams or individuals that came in after June 8th to August 1st were placed on the wait list. We do that because of high numbers in our golf activity, which is great to see. But anything coming June 9th to August 1st are placed on the wait list. A few important dates and reminders to be aware of. Boys and girls golf does not have an IESA season start or end date. That is a little unique to most of our activities, as they do have a start and end date. We do not require a number of matches to get in. With that in mind, you can start as early as you want, getting your team together, getting them in local tournaments, getting matches together. So that's something to be aware of. Again, the refund deadline is August 15th. The online roster deadline is August 24th. That's an important date. You must have all your participants into the online roster by August 24th. I then make tee times off the scores that you put in for your golfers. And again, those are scores on 18 holes. It's typically their average on 18 holes. Then I make the tee times off those scores that you put in. So please have that in by August 24th. A few dates that do change around each year. For girls golf, sectionals is September 10th. State is September 17th. For boys, sectionals is September 9th, and state is September 18th. Here I have some sectional and state information for you. Again, the IESA assigns tee times for sectionals based on the scores that you enter on the online roster. So make sure that those are as accurate as possible. State tee times are based on scores from sectionals. Each participant is responsible for their own sectional greens fees, so this is separate from the entry fee. For the state competition, there's no greens fees for the participants who qualify. And to go back to the sectional greens fees, I do have a flyer that is on our IESA webpage under golf that does highlight how much each greens fee is at the certain course that you are assigned to. And you can always call the golf courses as well and ask what their rates are, get information from them as well. Coaches must be in attendance at the sectional and state golf tournaments. Golf coaches will be permitted to coach anywhere on the course except the putting green. So again, you can coach from tee to green, and then once they get on the green, you are not allowed to help them putt, read greens, read the line or anything like that. So make sure that you are staying off the greens and letting the players handle that. Once the pin is put into the hole, at the end of the hole, you can help them again from tee to green on the next hole. All coaches must be designated on the roster at the same time of August 24th. Make sure that you have your head coach, assistant coach in there, and that they are all up on certification. Yardages for boys will be between 49 and 5,300 yards. Girls will be 4,200 to 4,600 yards. And again, you can call those golf courses and kind of get an idea of where they are placing those tees to be in those yardages. The IESA terms and conditions and USGA rules of golf will govern all play. You can also call the golf courses. I'm sure there are at times some local rules that are in place at that particular golf course. So you may want to call and just check on those before the tournament starts. A big one here, this is for your golfers that qualify for the state tournament. This is at Metamora Fields only. We do impose a local rule that the fescue will be played as a penalty area. And I have listed here a few of the relief options. You can, of course, play it as it lies from the fescue if you find it. There's no penalty on that. You can replay your previous shot, which is a one-shot penalty. You take a shot penalty, you replay from your previous shot. You can take a drop 2 club lengths from where it first crossed in the fescue, which is a one-shot penalty. Take a drop where your ball first crossed into the fescue, going back as far as you want, keeping the point it crossed in line with the pin. So those are a few of the options there. And again, you can always email me or call if you have any questions on that. That'll be also in your state qualifier information when that's sent out to the qualifiers. Just a reminder here to any new coaches or if you're new to the IESA in general, you can find more resources at iesa.org. We have a lot of information on our webpage. You can see the tabs at the top. You can click on all of those. The tabs on the left. There's a lot of information, especially if you are newer to the IESA, to get all the information you need. You can click on activities, choose golf, and you can see there's a lot of information in our documents page in golf. You can see the terms and conditions, like I mentioned before, locations and green fees, registration instructions, sectional assignments, state location. This video will be up there as well. And there's just a lot of information there. Hopefully not too overwhelming, but a lot of good information that you can use as you're just starting here into coaching or if you're new with the IESA. Here we have a couple of frequently asked questions. On this first question here, can 5th and 6th graders play on my team? Yes, the IESA does allow 5th through 8th grade participation. If students from one or more of these grade levels do not attend your school but are from a public elementary school that feeds directly into your school, their school must comply with all IESA requirements as outlined in Bylaw 2.033. That is in our handbook. This would be a feeder situation, and you can find it there in the bylaws, but that would be allowed by the IESA. Question 2, can I enter individuals or only a team? You can enter 1 or 6 golfers into the boys or girls sectional. If you take 4 or more to a sectional, you would have the opportunity to qualify out as a team. If you take 2 golfers to a sectional, they would be able to qualify as individuals out of the sectional. Here is a list of our sectional golf courses. We have the boys courses there on the left, the girls courses on the right, and you can see here from sectional A down to sectional H, A to F for girls. Both the boys and girls play Metamora Fields as the state golf course. I believe all of our courses that we have for this sectional now are at least in year 3. So they are getting, we have a lot of retention, which is good, and most of our teams that are in our sectionals have now played these courses a few times. And so that is great to see that we are keeping our courses. And I will hit this a little later, but these courses do need help with volunteers and hosting. So if you're a school in these sectionals, please reach out to these golf courses, reach out to me if you'd be willing to help host. Calendar changes. I had hit this in a few slides back, but again, these dates do change each year. The girls sectional is Thursday, September 10th this year, and state is Thursday, September 17th. Boys sectional is Wednesday, September 9th, and state is Friday, September 18th. Request for accommodation policy. A student athlete who needs an accommodation are encouraged to work with their member schools to complete and submit the request for accommodation form. This form is available to member schools in their member center. Schools should fill out the form and submit it to the IESA office before the season begins. Again, golf does not have a season, but this should be done in advance, way in advance of the sectionals to see if we can get that approved. This is found in your member center and under your school, and it's down here at the bottom. We have a golf cart accommodation or just an activity accommodation form that you can fill out. Please let me know if you have any questions on this. I would be happy to answer any questions and help out in any way. A few points of emphasis I want to go over. The big one is pace of play. Rounds can get very long in sectionals and at state. There's a lot of golfers at these tournaments, and so I encourage you to have your participants 1 to 2 practice swings in competition. Participants are encouraged to play ready golf. So that means getting to your ball, looking at the shot, taking 1, maybe 2 practice swings and hitting and moving on. This will make for a lot better experience if we can keep the rounds as short as possible. We want to encourage sportsmanship throughout practice and competition rounds with your athletes. This goes from all the way at the top to the bottom, from administrators, coaches, spectators, parents, and then to the athletes. This will make the experience a lot better if we can encourage sportsmanship. Sectional help, this is a big one. As numbers continue to grow, it is essential to have schools assist golf courses with host duties. This can include scoring, starters, helping with rules. This will also help me and ultimately help the schools retaining golf courses. If golf courses are not getting the help from the schools, it makes it that much harder on the head pro at the courses to find volunteers himself or to pay his employees to get there. And a lot of times in that fall, towards the end of the golf season, it's hard to find help. So if you are a team that does not have a sectional school host for your sectional, please reach out and help in any way you can. Continuous putting will be used throughout the state series. So that is, once you start putting, you finish out. This helps pace of play instead of stopping and everyone marking the ball from a foot away. So if you can encourage your players to, once they start, they finish the hole. The circle rule is only at the sectionals. The circle rule applies only at the sectional. The state tournament will not use the circle rule. So there is more information in my terms and conditions, and will also be in the qualifier email for if you qualify for state. But quickly, the girls' circle rule is the second 13 or higher. The boys is the second 11 or higher. So that just means once they get, for girls, the second 13, they are done. They cannot, if they get to that 13 again on the next hole, they pick up. They don't continue to play on, and that would be the same for boys, just with the score of 11. I wanted to thank you for watching and participating in IESA Golf. Again, my name is Jonathan Howder. I'm the golf administrator. Please email me or call me with any questions down there in the left-hand corner. I'd be happy to help in any way I can, and good luck this season.